painting your face. All right? So I know you got some excitement in here, all right? But don't worry, by the end of the day, it'll come out. So if you understand it, ladies and gentlemen, you will leave here rich. Because rich is not how much money you have in your account. That's relative. Some people think having $1 million in their account is rich, and that's not rich, right? Some people think $100 million in their account, and some other people think, well, that's not rich. So it's all relative. Rich is a state of mind. And so is poor. Poor is also a state of mind. All right? And this is what I learned that made all the difference for me. I mean, when I say all the difference, and I'm still learning it today, it's an unlimited power. When I say unlimited, there's no boundaries to what this law can actually produce. And I'm going to explain it in such a way that you can really, really, really understand it. All right? And I've done this type of presentation all around the world. It's the same no matter where it is that I go. Whatever your background is, race, creed, religion, doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. All right? Now, if you're taking notes, you want to write this down. There are two types of people on this planet. You have rich and wealthy people, and you have poor and middle class. Now, does that exist here in the UK? Rich and wealthy people? Yes. What about poor and middle class?
Yep.
All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't it seem like the middle class is being eliminated?
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Slowly but surely, really, you're really going to have about two choices here in a minute. You're going to have the choice of either being rich or you're going to have the choice of being poor. Now, poor doesn't mean you don't have any money. Poor is broke. That's not what I'm talking about. Poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. If you're not rich or wealthy in the next 18 months, next 36 months, it's not because of the government. Come on. It's not because of the economy. Right? How many of you have heard this recently, that the economy is bad? How many of you have heard that before? The economy's bad. What's it? Gas prices. What do you guys call it here? You guys don't call it gas. Petrol. Yeah, petrol's high. How many of you have heard that? Yes. All right. You know people were complaining about the same thing 100 years ago? So true. Yes. Go ahead. 100 years ago, people were saying the economy was bad. 100 years ago, people were saying, petrol, I mean, it's going up, right? Well, guess what? They're going to say that 20 years from now, too. I mean, if petrol's going up, why don't you just take your income up? Amen. There you go. Exactly. There you go. Does that make sense? As opposed to complaining about
Absolutely.
it. Yes. What does complaining about it do?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. All right? So it's a way of thinking. Here's the deal, guys. Only 3% live in the rich and wealthy. 97% live in the poor middle class. That's a fact. It's all around the world. That's just the way it is. You may not like it, but that's the way it is. 3% live in the rich and wealthy. 97% live in the poor middle class. Now, when I saw this, my question was why? Why is that? Is it that the rich and wealthy are better? No. Is it that the rich and wealthy are more blessed by God? No. What is it? And I figured it out. Okay? Well, I actually learned it. Now, if I asked you, what do rich and wealthy people do to create wealth, what would you say? What do? They invest. What else? Asset building. What else, guys? They take risks, they do stocks, right? Those are all great answers, but I want you to write the root. I'm going to give you the root. If you understand the root, then you can produce the fruit. Does that make sense? So the root reason, or why a person becomes rich and wealthy, is because they have goals. They have what? Goals. They have goals. Write this down. They have a vision. Rich and wealthy people have a vision for their life. They have a what?
Vision.
They have a vision for their lives. People of vision have the ability to become rich and wealthy. You have to have a vision of you being wealthy in order for you to realize it. Does that make sense? Yes. You have to be able to see yourself being wealthy before it actually shows up. The problem is most people don't utilize vision. Most people don't really have goals. They just typically accept what life has to offer. And typically what life has to offer over here in the poor middle class, what do they do to make money? What do they do to make money every single day or every month? Work. They work.
A job.
Job. They work a job. Now, there is nothing wrong with having a job. Nothing wrong with that at all, but there is something wrong with only having a job. Does that make sense? And I'll prove to you why that is. Raise your hand if you do have a job. You do have a job. You do work somewhere. Okay, good. Good stuff. Some of you don't have jobs?
No.
We ain't have no job.
I mean, it's cool. I don't have a job either, so it's fine. All right. But if you do have a job, I have a question for you. How often do you think about your job? Every day?
Every day.
It seems like a weird question to ask, right? What do you mean by how often do I think about my job? I think about my job every day. Because you got to go every day. Right? So, and even on the weekends you're thinking about it. Because you're thinking about the fact that you have to go back. Right? Right around Sunday, right? Sunday, you start to feel it, right? Like, man, I gotta go back. Again. Right? Think about it. How many of you ever looked at your watch and said, you know, it's getting kind of late, time for me to go to bed, so I can pick up more time to get to work. Wake up in the morning, first thought you have is what? What's the first thought you have? You gotta get to work. It's not thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. It's not like praise you for waking me up this morning. It's not that. It's, oh my God, I've got to get dressed so I can get to work. You know what that's called? It's called mass thinking. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Mass thinking. Think like everybody else, because that's what everybody else is thinking in the morning, right? They're thinking, I gotta get up, I gotta get to work, I gotta beat the traffic. Right? Or I gotta catch the what? Train. You miss the train, what happens? You're late.
Fired.
What happens when you're late?
Fired.
Disciplinary.
You're written up. When you're written up enough, what happens?
Gone.
Fired.
You're gone. How many of you have ever been fired? Raise your hand if you've ever been fired. Raise your hand. Come on.
Fired.
They were going to fire me, so I had to go do that.
You had to quit. Nearly got fired. I quit before I got fired. I quit first.
Yeah, I got suspended and they were going to fire me, so I had to leave.
Yeah, quit.
I've never been fired before. Because I had a feeling they were going to fire me.
Yep, that's it. That's the, yep, that is true. Yep, that was the one. Yep, I resigned. Yep. Yep, that was the one.
That's good.
You're constant. Now, while you're there, those of you that have jobs, while you're there, do you have to think about your job while you're there? Like, does your job require you to think while you're there? Some of you have jobs that don't require you to think.
That's worse.
You need to get another job. So, you're there 8 hours. Is it 8 hours here? Is it typically 8 hours? Why is
We
that?
have no idea.
Why is it that it's 8 hours all around the world? Who came up with that? Who said it's 8 hours? Henry Ford came up with that? Interesting. You wouldn't know that, wouldn't you? It's unbelievable. He actually knew that.
Wow.
Presentation. I didn't think anybody would know it.
Can.
Right? 8-hour workday. Henry Ford came up with that. 8 hours. And then how do they know that you're hungry at 12? Or 1? How do they know that? Maybe I'm hungry at 3.
Right.
Mass thinking.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to lunch at the same time. Mass thinking. Everybody goes to work at the same time. Mass thinking. Everybody works 8 hours. Mass thinking. Everybody earns the same income.
Wow.
Mass thinking. Based on the education that you have. Mass thinking. See, I'm Nigerian. I'm originally from Nigeria, right? And in Nigeria, our parents, and those of you that are Nigerian, you know this, you're either a doctor
Or lawyer.
If you're not a doctor, same everywhere. That's interesting. So now, wait, who came up with that? Do you know who came up with that? Just wanted to check. You're not a doctor or a lawyer, you're a lowlife. mass what?
Thinking.
Right? I'm going to get to my point. And remember, I told you, if you understand this, and I see some young people in the room, and I really love that for you, because if you get it today, then you can start this journey becoming wealthy now. You don't have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You don't have to wait to
Makes
be
a lot of sense.
brainwashed 20, 30 years for you to realize, wait a minute, you missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. If when you wake up in the morning, your first thought is your job, and before you go to bed at night, your first thought is your job, and while you're there 8 hours a day, right, like Henry Ford said you have to be, and that's what you're thinking about, is it safe to say that knowingly or unknowingly, your job is the #1 thought in your life?
Wow. Sheesh.
Some of you may want to deny that, but I just gave you proof that it is. It is. I mean, whether you like it or not, you're there 8 hours, you're thinking about it. When you got off work, you were thinking about it, right? You had a conversation with someone about what happened at your job, right? Someone you don't like.
Oh, it's wild.
They don't like you either, so they have the same conversation about you that you're having with someone else. All right? Mass thinking once again. All right? It's the #1 thought. For most poor men, if I see this is what they think about all the time. Now here's the challenge with that. The challenge with that is this. The richest man in the world to ever live, his name was Solomon. I mean, you heard of Solomon?
Yeah.
All right, got some heat in the house. The Bible, check it out. Solomon said, as a man thinketh, that is not what he said.
In his heart.
Here you go. He said, as a man thinketh in his heart.
So is he.
In order for something to get into your heart, it has to be done over and over and over. It has to be repetitive, ladies and gentlemen. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if your job is what you think about the most repeatedly, then you have become your job. Because
wow.
That statement of as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, it's just simply saying you become what you think about.
Yeah.
That's the law. That's the law. That's the law that changed everything. You become what you think about. 6 words changed everything. You become what you think about. See, today, there are going to be 2 conversations happening today. The one I'm having with you and the one that you're having with yourself. How many of you know you talk to yourself? Raise your hand if you know you talk to yourself. Now, if you just said to yourself, I don't talk to myself. You just did it. You just did it, all right? Some of you are sitting there right now thinking, oh, here we go. What is he talking about? When is this going to be over? You just got here, looking at your watch, all right? So you got your arms folded. And then some of you are thinking, man, that's a really good-looking young man up there. Knows what he's talking about. I appreciate that thought.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. You become what you think about.
Yes.
Most of the time.
You become what you think about. So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Your life today is a sum total of the thoughts that you have. When it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your health, what is your vision? How do you envision you? How do you see yourself? Because watch this, I want you to write this down. How you see you is how the world's going to see you. How you see yourself, the image that you have of yourself, the self-image that you have of yourself is exactly how the world is going to see you as well. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the challenge. The challenge is not so much this is what you think about all the time. The challenge is what feelings come with your job. Talk to me. What feelings come with your job?
Anger.
Anger.
Frustration.
Anxiety.
Frustration.
I have no idea.
Anxiety.
Monotonous.
Stress.
Monotonous.
Monotonous. Think about that. These are all the feelings that you're having 5 years, 10 years. And then someone comes along and says, hey, I got an opportunity. And you go, opportunity? What do you mean, opportunity? What do you mean? Someone comes to you with positive news, and because you've just been thinking negative for so long, you reject it. Watch this. Now, I'm not from here, but I promise you guys know this, right? Because when someone comes to you with an opportunity, you're automatically pessimistic about it. Automatic. You almost all the time look for what is wrong. That's what a lot of you are doing right now. I got to figure this out. What's going on here? Right? Because you heard, it sounds too good to be true, probably.
Is.
You heard that all good things come to those who
Wait.
Wow. You were taught that money doesn't grow on
Trees.
Wow. That's a lie. Money does grow on trees. What's money made out of?
Paper.
Where's paper come from?
Trees.
Girl,
Wow.
did you say plastic?
Here's another one. Money can't buy.
Oh, you say that.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I can confirm that is a lie. I mean, think about it, ladies. I say, you know what? I'm going to give you my American Express card. You can go to Harris.
Now we're talking.
You got 2 hours. Do whatever you want to do.
Wow. Okay.
This is you. This is you. Because money doesn't buy happiness. This is you and Harris. Oh my God, my life is just so miserable.
Louis Vuitton, Louis,
That's not what you do.
Hermes.
You're smiling. You're calling everybody saying, hey, listen, go. I got 2 hours with this guy.
We buying Birkins today. We buying Birkins today.
Birkins.
Here's another one. Money can't buy
Love.
Oh, it can. Money will buy you the woman that you want. Oh, it can.
Come on now.
Yep, get some money, you gonna get a woman that you want.
Confirmed.
Go ahead.
Just ranks up there with oxygen. You breathe a whole lot better when you have money. How many know what I'm talking about? How many have trouble breathing right now? So
You need some money.
This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Most people are thinking about this, and it's causing them to have these thoughts. And I want to show you the most dangerous thing about this, right? It's the most dangerous thing. But before I do that, I'll share with you why people become rich and wealthy. See, they think about their goals. They think about what?
Their goals.
Today, you're going to see an opportunity that's going to give you a chance to start setting goals.
Wow.
To do what?
Set goals.
Setting goals. And say, okay, this is what I'm worth. This is what I want to earn. This is the type of increase that I want to have. The ability to set goals. Something that you can think about all the time so you can become it. Ladies and gentlemen, when I learned this, I just started laughing. I started laughing. I was like, wow, is it really that simple? Yeah, okay, good. I'm going to try it out. I was watching the movie The Secret, and I remember Jack Canfield. He said he took a $1 bill, he wrote on Sharpie, changed it to 100,000, put it on his bedroom ceiling. So every morning he had to see it. Every night before he went to bed, he had to see it. He had to think about it. So I did the same thing. I didn't do it on my bedroom ceiling. I did it on my bathroom sink. So I took a $1 bill, took a Sharpie just like this, wrote 100,000, put it on my bathroom sink. So now every morning, I didn't see the broke man in the mirror. I saw $100,000. 6 months it happened. 4.5 years network marketing. I had made $80,000 total. I applied that one principle. 6 months later, $100,000. Then I had another. I said, you know what, man, this thing really works. I wanted to save 6 figures. I wanted to have $100,000. That was my goal. I wanted to have $100,000 in my account. Like, that's it. That's all I wanted. So I took my laptop and I Googled $100,000 cash. Made that my screensaver. So every time I would open up my laptop, I would see what it looked like to have $100,000 at one time. Save 6 figures in 9 months. Right? Throughout this whole time, still living with my dad.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Still living with my dad. And I wanted a Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I wanted a Bentley. And so the mentor of mine at the time, he had a Bentley, so I wanted a Bentley. And so I went and got pictures of Bentleys. And I put them up everywhere. Put it in my bedroom, put it everywhere. I finally moved out of my dad's house. And the apartment that I moved into, my bedroom window, ladies and gentlemen, my bedroom window, if I looked outside of it, the Bentley dealership was right there.
Sweet.
Now you think that's a coincidence?
No.
But it's not, because you become what you think about.
Wow.
Silver Bentley, I had pictures of it everywhere. Kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. It was on my headboard, on my bed, everywhere. 2010 paid cash for it.
Okay. Jeez. I think we can clap for that.
Then I wanted a $1 million home. So I would go to where $1 million homes were. I would drive through those $1 million homes. I would go and look at them. I wanted to go and experience them. I wanted to feel what would it feel like to live in $1 million home versus living in this one-bedroom apartment. I didn't want to stay in my current situation. I wanted to expand what I was feeling. I wanted to expand the vision that I had for my life. 2011, bought $1 million home. Right? I wanted a Lamborghini. Right? Because that song came out. You guys remember that song?
Yep, Lamborghini. That chick, she's so
Rose of the rest.
So I got pictures of it. Pay cash for that too.
Jeez.
I wanted a Rolls Royce. Right? When the Rolls Royce Wraith came out, I wanted a Rolls Royce. So what I did was I took out my phone and I changed the alarm to wake me up. It said Rolls Royce Wraiths every morning. When I woke up, I saw Rolls Royce Wraith. I'm on my 6th Rolls Royce right now.
Woo! I think we can clap for that one. So much.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Talk it.
I feel a lot of jealousy on this side. So check this out. Listen, what's interesting is, they're coming out with an electric Rolls Royce. You guys do that? Yeah. It's called Spectra.
Woo!
They're coming out with it, and so I just ordered it.
Oh.
And it'll be ready.
Say it again.
It'll be ready by the end of next year.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, Rolls Royce, I love how God works out. Rolls Royce is having a special visit to their plant. So they invited me while I'm here.
Wow.
To go to the plant. You can actually go build a car. Wow.
This is very serious. Having money is serious.
It's an electric Rolls Royce, right? So I just thought it would be good for me to save money on petrol. Sorry.
That was what you were thinking. Yeah, that was what you were thinking. Yeah. That was the thought. Yeah.
It's fair, right?
That was what you were thinking. Definitely.
Save money. What's the vision that you have for your life?
Healthy and
What's the
wealthy.
vision that you have for your life? Because see, if you don't have a vision for your life, life will just give you anything. As a matter of fact, what life will give you is mass thinking. Because you're going to head in a direction. Whether you like it or not, you're heading somewhere. Does that make sense? But you have to make a decision on where you want to head. Does that make sense? You have to make that decision. And guys, if you look up, I want you to go on Google, go to Google, and I want you to look up the meaning of the word vision. I'll show you guys something. Look at the meaning of the word vision. Because we have an idea of what it is, right? But let's look at the actual definition of what vision actually means. What does that mean? Anybody got it?
The faculty or state of being able to see.
Say it again.
The faculty or state of being able to see.
Okay. I like that definition, but give me the next one.
The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom.
The ability to what?
The ability to think about or
The
plan
ability to think about.
Jeez. Jeez.
Good.
The meaning of the word vision means the ability. Everybody say ability.
Ability.
You know, when you have an ability, that means someone else doesn't have it. In order for it to be an ability, it's not something that's automatic. So when you're a person of vision, it's that you have developed the It's not automatic.
Wow.
It is a skill. It is an ability that you've got to have. It is a habit that you have to have. The ability to think about. See, thoughts and thinking are two totally different things. There's 70,000 thoughts you have per day. You don't remember any of them. You remember the ones you think about. Ink. Last three letters in think is ink. It's inked in your brain. You're constantly thinking about it. It's hedged in your mind. The ability to think about, watch this, what's the rest of it? What does it say?
The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom.
Plan the future. Tell me, what is your plan for the future? Can you show it to me? Can you show it to me? Can you show me what your plan is for the future? What if I had the ability to make that plan come to pass right now and I said, just show it to me? Wow. But you couldn't. Do you have a plan? Just wake up, do what everybody does. Everybody goes to school. Everybody goes to work. That vision was given to you. It's not yours. It was given to you. That plan was given to you. That future was given to you. It wasn't the one that you designed for yourself. The ability to think about, plan the future, watch this, using, you ready? Two things. Imagination and wisdom.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, girl. Got it.
Wow.
So another question I could ask you is, what are you imagining? What are you imagining? You know what most people spend their time imagining? You ready? Write this down. This is what most people do. Watch this. They spend the majority of their time imagining their past.
Wow.
They spend the majority of their time imagining what already happened. They spend their time imagining what doesn't exist anymore. But because they're imagining it, it continues to exist.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
Ability to plan, it's an ability to plan the future. It says, write the vision, make it plain, so who sees it will run. So if you have a vision, it's because it's written down. If you don't have it written down, it's not a vision. You said, David, I got a vision. Oh, great. Where is it? Where is it written? It's on my phone. No, I didn't say it's on your phone. I said, is it written? In your handwriting. Some translations said, write the vision, make it plain on
tablets.
Tables. Tables are made out of
Wood.
Wood comes from
Trees.
I want you to write it down on paper. See, that paper is the same as the wood. It's the same as the tree, just in a different form. Does that make sense, guys? This is how it happens. See, in order to become rich and wealthy, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to start setting goals. You're going to have a vision for your life. It's going to have to be written down.
It's good.
You're going to have plans. My life changed when I started to plan the future. And then I went and found the right coach, and found the right mentor, surrounded myself with the right people that had character and integrity, and then I started to grow. Then my income started to change. And I went from living with my dad at 25 years old, 27, I was a millionaire. Just like that. 2 years. It doesn't take long if you understand this. It doesn't take long. If it's taking you longer than 2 to 3 years to get rich, knowing this law, you're not using it. Come on.
Wow.
You're not. You're paying so much attention to what everybody else is thinking. And that's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
The ability to plan the future. Go to Google. Go to Google again. Look at the meaning of the word future. The meaning of the word future. What does it say? The meaning of the word future. The time or the period of time following the moment of speaking or writing. That's what, I didn't come up with that. That's what future means. The time or the period of time. The time or the period of time following the moment. Following what?
The moment.
Following what?
The moment.
The moment I speak it. The moment I write it. That's my future.
Wow.
So what are you speaking? What are you writing? Because whatever you're speaking, whatever you're writing, that's your future. But the challenge is you keep speaking your past. Or worse, you keep speaking your present. Got it. You keep speaking your what?
Present.
Your present situation. See, my present situation was I was living with my father. My present situation was I had no money. My present situation was I had no bank account. My present situation was I didn't have a driver's license. I was so broke I couldn't afford a driver's license. I was riding around dirty. No insurance, no license. Just waiting guys and the cop would stop me. That's how broke I was. Wow. But I did not speak that. I did not talk about that. I don't talk about problems. I talk to the problem.
This is good.
Big difference. Most people talk about the problems. Or you listen about the problems. You watch CNN, constant negative news. And they tell you the news. They tell you what's new in your life. That's what news is, right? What's new.
Wow. What's new in your life?
I started writing goals. And every goal I've ever written down has happened. Every single goal I've ever written down has happened.
So wise.
Everything I've ever acquired, I've had a picture of it before it showed up in my life. Have you ever heard of pictures worth 1,000 words? What are the pictures in your house? What are the pictures in your house? If I came to your house right now, would I see your future or would I just see your current situation?
My future.
What would I see?
My future.
Okay. The time of the period of time following the moment of speaking and writing. Past is the time of the period of time before I spoke it. Before I wrote it, that's the past. So the moment I speak it or write it, that's my future. The meaning of the word time, because most people think time is, 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock. You think that's time. That's not time. If you look up the meaning of the word time, it's the indefinite progression of existence. That's what time is. It's indefinite. It's progressive. And it's always existed. What does that sound like to you?
God.
What does that sound like to you?
God.
What does that sound like to someone who's indefinite? Always existed? What does that sound like to you?
God.
Sounds like God. Sounds like God to me. Then it says that it's a combination of past, present, and future events, regarded as one, regarded as whole. And then he said, I am what? Today, yesterday, and forever. I'm now, I was there yesterday, and I'm there again in the future. You know what he said? And you have the same ability to do the same thing. You want to prove it to you? Watch this. You know this event that's happening right now? Do you know when this event happened?
The moment we wrote
Do you
it.
think this event is just happening now? No. The event already took place in the future. Huh? What do you mean it already took place? I just told you what future is. Future is the time of the period of time following the moment of speaking or writing. Did we not speak that we were going to have this event?
Yep.
Wasn't there a flyer made about this event? Sounds like some words to me. So it was spoken and it was written and nothing changed it. Nobody came and said we're not having the event. So the future was never changed. It remained the same. This event is happening November 26, 2022. It already happened. Now it's happening. It's in the present. Same event. It's happening now. It's in the present, correct? When we leave here today, where will it be?
Past.
In the past. So the future comes first.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez, come on, clap for that.
That deserves a He's teaching good.
So all you have to do is just look at your current situation. Look at your results right now, and it will tell you what you spoke.
Mm-hmm.
It will tell you what you've been speaking.
Wow.
What you've been thinking.
That hit hard.
And watch this. What you've been allowing other people to say to you. That's the dangerous one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big decision you're going to have to make.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the greatest decision that you'll make in your life. Who to listen to.
Woo.
And then who not to listen to. I have a simple philosophy on that. Very simple philosophy. It depends on what the topic is. If I want to talk about marriage, I'm going to talk to someone who's married.
Right. Good.
I'm going to talk to someone who has a successful marriage. If I want to find out how to have a successful marriage, I'm going to talk to someone who's what?
Married.
Has a successful marriage. Period. Very simple.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to make money, I'm going to talk to somebody who's got some money.
Absolutely.
That's good.
But some of you are going to hear the presentation today, and you're going to leave, and you're going to call your uncle, you're going to call your cousin, you're going to call your neighbor.
Wow. The ones with no
And
money?
you say, what do you think
Nah.
about what I just saw? They live in the same neighborhood, they drive the same car you drive, but you're going to ask them, what do they think? Meanwhile, you heard from someone who's going to the manufacturing plant for Rolls-Royce.
Woo!
Come on.
Yes. Yes. Tell him. Yes. Yes.
Go ahead. Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Go ahead.
We talk to people that have the same challenges we have versus talking to people that have the solution.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. I typically don't do that, but I will today. What is your question?
My question is respect to my brother. He used to say, when there is a will, life is a successful objective, not what is ever done. Deal with that. And from there, I have a question what is the difference between growth, progress, and success?
So success is growth. Success is not a definite place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a moving target. You never actually get there.
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint you. You never actually get to success. Because what you think is success today will not be success to you tomorrow.
True. Fact. Fact.
Simple.
Fact. Fact.
So
Fact.
it is growth. Okay? What is your vision, ladies and gentlemen? What is your vision? What is your vision? What do you have written down? What do you have written down? I've been in this industry now 18 years.
Thank you.
January 1st, 2022, I'm laying down on my couch in Houston, Texas. Okay? And this thought drops in my spirit. And it's simple. It just simply says, it's time.
Wow.
And immediately after he says it's time, he says envision.
Mm-hmm.
So David, it's time for you to start your own company.
Woo!
It's called Envision.
Mm-hmm.
The U came later on. Envision you.
The U is for UK.
Now, when this thought came to my mind, I was still earning right around $600,000 a month in the current company I was in. And this thought says, time to leave that. Start your own company.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you would have thought it was the devil? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
You have to be behind me. That's nothing.
Absolutely.
You need that 600K, baby.
But I knew it was the Holy Spirit because I just felt tremendous peace.
Wow.
Wow.
And it didn't take long. 3 weeks later, I got confirmation that, yeah, my time was up there. Serious confirmation. Like, yeah, you definitely can't be here. All right? Because I always teach people, never stay in a place where you're tolerated.
Go where you celebrate it.
Come on, preach.
Never. If your anointing, your gift is tolerated, get out. It has to be celebrated. That make sense? So I knew it was time. And we started putting this coming in. But see, guys, watch this. The beauty of having a vision, the beauty of understanding this principle of you become what it is that you think about. From that moment when the thought came, ladies and gentlemen, you see the font? The font
Yes.
of Envision.
Yes.
The Health and Wealth Company. That didn't exist. The font didn't exist. The website didn't exist. Logo didn't exist. The back office didn't exist. The merchants didn't exist. Products didn't exist. Digital learning platform didn't exist. Nothing existed. Employees didn't exist. Nothing existed. Just a thought, and then start speaking. And then I started writing. March 1st, since March 1st, I've been writing every day, 10 times a day, that our company will do $100 million in sales its first year.
It's done.
Strong.
I told you the future comes first. So once I've spoken it, once I've written it down, it has no choice but to happen.
Absolutely.
It doesn't even have a choice. That's what's so amazing about it. It doesn't even have a choice. Even if it didn't want to, it had no choice but to.
It has to.
Write the vision, make it plain, so who sees it will run. Though it may tarry, wait on it, it will not tarry.
Better say the whole lot.
Vision can't lie. This is the vision it can't lie. It doesn't have the ability to lie. It says at the end it shall speak. We're going to do $100 million first year.
Done deal.
Yep.
Done deal.
It's done.
This is our first event here in the UK. First event.
Goodbye next.
So a lot of the leaders, the diamonds, right? They're in this room. Some of you are guests, and you'll be diamonds in this room.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. They don't know
But
what
because
that
it was already spoken, it has no choice but to what?
happen.
Amen.
You say, well, David, there are things that I've spoken before, and it didn't happen. Because I promise you, at some point, you spoke the opposite.
Wow. Whew.
At some point, you changed the address. At some point, you changed the future by saying what you could see. See, I don't change it, regardless of what I see. Someone doesn't get involved in business, I don't change where it is that I'm going. Someone quits the business, I don't change where it is that I'm going. Someone says, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. Great. Fantastic.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
She said the same thing.
I love keeping people like that around me. I do. 'Cause I still want them to see the glory of God in my life. Regardless of what they do, I still want them to see it. I want them to experience it so they know, man, even without me,
That's it.
Go ahead.
God still did it.
Yep. He gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't push people away. Come. Envision you. All right. We're launching 2 platforms. So is working PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're launching 2 platforms simultaneously. I believe there's a lot of things that we've won in life, right? There's a lot of things we've won in life. But how many of you would agree great health and great wealth are probably in the top 5 things that people want? Raise your hand. Right? At least it's probably top 3. Right? Health and wealth. And that's what we're providing here. We're launching a health and wellness platform that has to do with energy, weight loss, and sleep. But we're not stopping there, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
All right, our company will be a full health and wellness, nutrition, fitness, skincare, and beauty company.
Wow.
We got a flagship product that we're going to release in July of next year that no other company has ever done before.
Wow. This is serious.
None. There's no company that has this product that we're launching in July of next year. Not one. Ever. In the history of network marketing.
We ready.
Never happened before.
We ready. We ready.
Yes, tell us.
And it's a product that immediately, once it's launched, it can go into every country we're doing business in.
Wow. This is
We're planning it that way.
wow.
So it's not a situation of, oh, well, it's coming. No.
It's here.
But we also understood your health was important 5 years ago. It's going to be important 5 years from now, correct?
Absolutely.
But what's happening today? What's going on today? Where are people spending their money today? They're spending their money on courses. How many of you have seen that in the last 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
E-learning. The e-learning space has exploded. Right? People want to learn from home.
Yep.
How many of you have seen that? How many
Yep.
of you noticed that?
Yep.
Right? $100 billion right now is what's generated annually.
Wow.
Right? In the e-learning space, they're saying in the next 2 to 3 years it's going to grow to $325 billion.
Hey.
How many of you like to position yourself between $100 billion and $325 billion?
Absolutely.
How many of you like to get a slice of that pie? How many of you like
absolutely.
a pie that big? You don't need a slice. You can lick the knife and you'll be fine.
Absolutely.
So while we're building this health and wellness, nutrition, skincare, fitness, beauty company, simultaneously we're actually building something called a digital learning platform that will literally host every single course that is available in the marketplace. It will be available. Every single course that is available in the marketplace will be available through our digital learning platform.
Wow. That's serious.
So if you want to learn about technology, you can learn it through our company. If you want to learn about the metaverse and Web3 and NFTs, you can learn about it through
Our company.
If you want to learn about real estate, Airbnb, you can learn about it through
Our company.
If you want to learn how to tap into the transportation industry, all right, through Turo and other different services out there, you can learn about it through our
company.
Financial literacy. If you want to get more knowledge about money and how it works, how to grow it, how to preserve it, how to pass it on, you'll be able to learn it through our
company.
Digital marketing. You want to learn how to actually expand your business, attract more customers to your business, right? Guess what? You can learn it through our company.
Wow.
All through this digital learning platform. We spend millions of dollars each year on our LMS.
Thank you.
Our learning management system. All right? There you actually go. It's ours. Like, no one else owns it. No. It is first class. How many of you have gone through any of our platforms, digital learning platform? Is it not first class?
It's amazing.
Seriously. Amazing. All right? So we're building. Listen, guys. What's today?
Saturday.
November 26th?
Yeah.
Are we even 60 days? We're not even 60 days old.
Wow.
The company, we're not even 60 days.
Wow. Wow.
December 3rd will be 60 days that we've actually been in business.
What?
Let's give it up for that, guys.
Woo!
By the end of the year, we'd have exceeded over $10 million in sales.
Amazing.
Wow.
10 mil. Say 10 mil.
Woo.
10
We're going to
mil.
do 100 million
10 mil.
first year.
Completely done.
Done deal. All right. So you have that. Also, where's my bag? We have coming the first quarter. We put it up the top here. First quarter. The health and wellness, aspect of our company is actually coming to the UK.
Woo! Oh, wait.
It's actually coming to the UK. All right. Who likes B12? Anybody familiar with B12? Okay, there you go.
Oh!
Is anybody familiar with keto?
Yeah.
Keto. There we go. All right. Keto.
It's getting
we got back there. He's aggressive. This lady was like, he just came. So, energy. How many of you like to have more energy throughout the day?
Yes.
Okay? So we have something called the Empowered Spray. Okay? Now, who honestly, you suffer with energy and you need it. All right?
Look at you all. Look at them all. Yes, girl. Ooh.
All right. Now, nobody needs to lose weight in here. I know. Nobody does. But how do you know somebody that needs to lose weight?
Yeah. I know some people. Oh, y'all know some people? Y'all know some people?
up. Open it up. I want you to shake it.
Stand up.
All right? Anybody here? You know somebody who needs to lose weight. Not you. You know somebody. You know somebody? You know somebody. Huh? I want you to shake it. And I want you to do this. 8 sprays below the tongue. 8 sprays below the tongue. I want you to just tell me what you think about the taste of the product.
Okay, girl.
Anybody else? She said she loves it.
You like it?
Yeah, it evaporates.
Who really suffers with sleep?
You gonna send him to sleep now? Sleep deprivation.
Hands are going up now.
40 years? You've been suffering sleep 40 years?